Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome to another side quest where we chat about video games.
Yes, we do.
With Alexander Magpie.
Hello!
As always, my trusty sidekick.
Well, basically the person that proves you're not going insane.
Yeah.
And talking to himself.
Yes, the person that is there solely to show that I'm not talking to myself.
Yes. It's good to know I have a purpose.
It's always nice to have one, I suppose. So, some things happened this past week.
Yes, a few things have happened in
the
past few weeks.
A few weeks. Right, so this one happened basically straight after our
after our talk
last Monday. This actually came out on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
So when this got uploaded,
this
was the brand new news.
Yeah.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 has been delayed past 2021.
Yeah, they've literally took out
and also the developers have been removed from the project.
It's starting to sound a little bit...
It's not sounding good.
Not sounding good.
Which is a shame because, like...
There's a lot of people that want this game.
It looks good of what's been
we've
shown.
Seen, yeah. What we've seen, it looks good. The problem is... The thing is that, like... The first one released a complete and utter broken, buggy mess. But... through the community and through, like, unofficial patches, actually made the game playable and made the game... And the game itself is actually really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm just worried if they were getting the same problems.
Possible.
I'm trying to remember who's publishing it. It's...
It looks like Paradox?
Yeah, Paradox Interactive. And to be honest, they do have standards. They don't... It's not necessarily that they don't release games in a poor state. It's that they release games within certain standards. Like, for example... obviously, Paradox are mostly known for their grand strategy games, but Rome Imperatum. No, I pronounced that wrong. But anyway, their game which is their grand strategy game set at the ancient Roman Republic period. It released. It worked perfectly fine, but it just wasn't what everyone wanted, and they've now released like a whole bunch of like updates and that, and it's a lot better. But I don't. Yeah, it's. I mean, we've had a lot of rumblings that there's been issues with the game for a while now because like the lead director had left, the script writers had left.
Yes, So it's been having problems for a few years.
Yeah.
Writers have been fired. Creative directors have been fired. Directors have been fired. I think this is the first time that like the entire development studio has been took off.
Yeah.
This is like the first one. This is the first time it's been like it's going to get handed to another studio.
Development studio.
Hardsuit Labs were the ones that were developing it.
Yeah.
They did release a statement, which follows. We have now chosen to postpone the release of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 further, and we will not be launching the game in 2021. We've also decided that Hardsuit Labs will no longer be leading the development of Bloodlines 2, and we have started a collaboration with a new studio partner to finish work on the game. This has been a difficult decision, but we are convinced that it is the right way forward to do the game justice. So
I mean, if the studio aren't giving them what they want, then yeah, it's Paradox's right to do that.
It is. This is either going to go one of two ways. It's either going to go the way of like Duke Nukem and I'm trying to think of there's a ton of other games that like,
Alien Colonial Marines.
Alien Colonial Marines. Funny enough, both Gearbox games. But those games that just sort of like just get passed around from studio to studio because the publisher's not happy and all that sort of stuff. Or it's going to go the way of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
And just blow everyone's mind. Because, believe it or not, Final Fantasy VII Remake was not originally being developed by Square Enix.
No, it wasn't. Well, yeah, it was like a year after, not even a year, like 6 months after they announced it. They then announced, like, yeah, by the way... it's getting massively delayed.
Because we're starting from scratch.
We're starting from scratch because we're not happy with what the company that we give them. And obviously they didn't give it to Bluepoint.
Obviously, well, that's... Because I think Bluepoint worked for Sony.
Yes, I know, but still.
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't give it to Bluepoint.
Rumours are that the Capcom have done the same with the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yes.
That might be coming. Again, rumours about that. But it's going to go... It's either going to go the way of Duke Nukem...
Or Final Fantasy.
Or Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's not going to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's either going to blow. I think it's either going to blow everyone's mind, or it's going to be so bad.
Yeah, it's one of those where like mediocre is probably not what it's going to end up now. At least you guaranteed one thing: it's not going to be mediocre now. Possibly, maybe. I don't know. Would it be even worse for it to be mediocre after all this? Anyway. Yeah,
I don't know.
it's fair.
Actually, no. I think I would rather put out a mediocre game after everything. And then have like just put out a bad game.
True.
Considering the amount of time that's probably been spent.
Oh, I know. As a developer, if I was a developer,
if I was
one of the choices, and if I was a fan, but like for it just to be meh. Anyway.
Well, it could be worse. It could be Duke Nukem.
Yeah, that's very true.
I'd rather have meh.
Or it could be even worse. And could be Alien Colonial Marines.
Exactly. They have also announced that they are stopping pre-orders. So if you pre-ordered it, basically your pre-order's been cancelled.
Yeah. Which is understandable since it doesn't have a release date now. Don't pre-order! This is the shit that happens.
I can't say don't pre-order because I pre-order all the fucking time.
Yeah, but I tend to... Yeah. The thing is, I do pre-order, but I pre-order a week before launch.
No, I pre-ordered.
Usually.
I pre-ordered. Although, in my defence,
it's usually the collectors.
I have the collector's
Yeah, I was about to say, it's usually the collector's editions that you
the expensive ones.
If it's not the collector's edition, you don't pre-order it.
No.
But yeah, I remember, like... See, pre-orders is still a relic of when we used to go to a shop to get a game.
Yeah.
That's what pre-orders from. That it's basically when we had to go and pick up a physical copy, and there was only so many.
Any youngins out there, you'll not understand this, right? What you had to do was you had to go to the shop,
talk to the guy at the counter,
talk to the person at the counter,
give
him your name,
yeah,
and then tell him or her that you wanted this game when it came out. And then on the day it came out,
you went to the
you
shop.
actually had to go back to that shop.
Yeah.
to pick it up.
Yeah. That's how pre-orders worked. That's how pre-orders originally worked. It was when you weren't guaranteed. I remember I pre-ordered so many. Like every single Final Fantasy after 7 we pre-ordered.
Yes.
Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, 10, 12. I don't think we got 11 because 11 was only online in Japan for the PS2 and PC. That was it. And we didn't have a PC good enough to play Final Fantasy 11.
Was it not on Xbox?
It was the MMO one.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it was on Xbox.
It might be on Xbox, but we didn't have an Xbox.
Yeah, that's for sure.
12 we pre-ordered.
13 was the one that we didn't.
No.
I did pre-order Final Fantasy 14 because there was no way I wasn't getting that game.
But again, 14 when it released was that like crossover period where you were still getting physical copies mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do feel sorry for fans of Bloodlines because it's a kick in the teeth because everyone was getting geared up. They were looking forward to it. But I think really Cyberpunk is the big lesson everyone should really learn from. Is like, look, just give them time to put it out
Yeah.
in a good condition.
I think this one is, it's just sort of like confusing though, because we've not really, I mean, yeah, okay, they may have only shown us the bits that work and all that sort of stuff, but like at the same time, it looked fine.
The stuff that, yeah, but then again, the stuff we saw for Cyberpunk
looked fine.
Fine.
That's very true. Yeah, but the thing is that the stuff that we saw for Cyberpunk, it wasn't the PS. It was high end.
Yeah.
PC stuff.
And how do we know that was the stuff we've seen for?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't know what like specs was running what we saw.
It is a shame, this one,
Yeah.
but if it means it comes out in a working condition,
if it means that it comes out as a good game, then perfectly worth the wait.
If it means it's good, then go for it. That's what I want.
Yep.
Do not do what we're about to talk about in a moment. Actually, I'll tell you what. Since we brought up Cyberpunk,
Yeah, we'll talk about
we'll
that.
talk about
We'll segue
Cyberpunk.
into Cyberpunk.
The update has been delayed due to the
1.2.
recent hack.
Yeah.
The 1.2, which I can't remember what it was meant to fix.
It's supposed to fix a lot of the bugs
I know.
and optimization.
Yeah. Has been delayed due to the hack that happened recently, which not only were they able to put the source code for Cyberpunk up for auction,
Yep.
it also locked out a lot of the developers who are having to work from home.
Yeah.
Of the system, so therefore they couldn't
basically
work on the updates.
The hack stopped people from actually working on fixing the game.
Yeah, so
It's like, you're assholes. You're just complete and utter assholes.
what I don't understand is, like, have you not seen the game at the moment? Why would you want that source code? Or why would you want to sell that source code?
The thing is that if you get a hold of the source code, you can do a lot of stuff with it.
No, I suppose.
It basically like hacks and like just on a hack like game hacks level, you could have invulnerability, wall hacking, speed unlocks and all that sort of stuff. Like you can get access to the development room, which gives you access to all the guns and weapons. It's not good.
Yeah, I suppose you're right there. Go all for Fallout 76 when the players managed to get into the development room. That's still the funniest thing from a game.
Last time I heard it was still a thing.
Is it?
Apparently, I don't know. Well, to be honest, there hasn't been much news in the Fallout 76.
They must have patched that.
We're talking about Bethesda here.
They must have patched that.
Well, you would believe that they probably, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have actually finally managed to patch that out. I also wouldn't be surprised if they hadn't.
Yeah, it's true.
Since the original response was, "Hey, hackers, could you tell us how you're getting into the development room?"
Yeah, could you?
That was the. It's like, how the fuck?
So yeah, so not only do we have scalpers to like annoy us, we now have hackers to annoy us.
Yep.
Like a lot of people just want Cyberpunk to be fixed. Just let them fix Cyberpunk, please.
Yeah, could you
That's all we want you to do. Why have you locked them out of the?
You know, you're not punishing the people that are responsible for Cyberpunk being the way it is. You're punishing the people that work their ass off, try to tell the people who are responsible for the shit show that the game wasn't ready and it would be bad, this, that, and the other, bad publicity and all the others. And that's the people, and are now the people that are trying to fix all the crap that was caused by the people who are responsible. Yeah, you're not punishing the people who are responsible, you're punishing these people. Why? Can you...
So unfortunately, do we have a timeline for it?
There is a roadmap, but there's no dates.
There's no date.
No, there's no dates.
Let's see if I can find it.
To be honest, I get very nervous now whenever I see the words roadmap and game put together, because it is literally like, no, you're instantly going to fall behind that right away.
Like, yeah, I can't find anywhere that says it's got like a new date for when the the patch is going to be released.
No, basically they're going to when it's ready.
They're probably going to well, they're going to have to deal with the hack problem first, because I haven't found anywhere that said they've actually dealt with it.
Yeah.
But like, for fuck's sake, come on.
Yeah, not great. I do feel sorry for like the floor room staff.
Yeah, the developers.
The actual people that develop and make the assets and do all that, because, you know, they got worked to the bone for that game and probably not gotten any of the praise that they should have got for working through the hellish conditions that they probably worked through. Yeah. Then they get told, yeah, you're going to have to fix all this shit now. And then they can't. Then, you know, because of the current events, they have to do it from home, which means that they can't like brainstorm as well as if they were all in the same office, which means things take longer. But then also,
this happens,
so that they can't even work. Yeah. So
it sucks, man.
It does.
It sucks.
Anyway, on to other news.
Okay, on to other news. I would talk about a bit more about it, but to be honest with you, a lot of the things that have just been, all the articles I've read for it, it's just been, Cyberpunk's been hacked. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's
it's all clickbait.
There's no sort of like real info on there. There's been like it got hacked, and
I mean there was a sense of irony for that Cyberpunk got hacked.
Yeah.
But no, yeah.
Actually, to be fair, the way the game came out, I'm not surprised somebody was able to hack it.
Yeah. But it wasn't the game; it was actually CG Projekt Red servers that were hacked, which is the bad thing.
Anyway, on to probably the big one. Well, not the big one because everybody knew this was coming. But I mean, if you didn't think this was coming, you're either naive or you're worse than me when it comes to positivity. Anthem has been closed.
EA's pulling the plug.
It is dead, or it is
they
done.
Yeah, was it Anthem Next? The 2.0
Anthem Next
2.0 thing that was going to turn Anthem around and make it into the next big
thing.
And
I'm generally actually quite good about it, because I'm just sort of like all those people that like stuck with it.
Yeah.
Actually kind of like, you know, paid for your season pass that you sold them.
Yes.
That you're not going to refund.
No.
And all that sort of stuff. You've kind of just fucked them over.
Are you surprised?
Oh no, of course I'm not surprised.
I guarantee, I knew this was coming. To be perfectly honest, I'm surprised it took them this long. I'm really surprised EA wait.
I think, if I'm honest, the nail was in the coffin the moment Dragon Age 4 was announced. The moment Dragon Age 4 was announced.
Well, I
think that's the moment the final nail was in the coffin.
No, the thing is that Dragon Age 4 had been announced before launch.
Before Anthem?
Before Anthem had launched.
No. Okay, so, I mean, the
thing is, right. First things first. We all knew this was coming.
Yes.
Anthem, they'd literally gotten rid of the roadmap. They'd stopped any sort of like update to the community.
Yeah.
The last like content release was substandard, and that's being generous. And it was literally like they'd stopped working on bug fixes and all that sort of stuff. And it was basically the writing was on the wall, and it's been on the wall for a while. And it's because these major publishers want instant fucking success, and they're not willing to put the finance and resources into it for it to be a success at start. They want to put the bare minimum. Basically the higher ups look at like Destiny and go, oh, Destiny's doing well. Yeah, it took them fucking 2 expansions for the fan base to come back to them. You know, it took for them to release Forsaken for Destiny 2. Like if Bungie decides to go and say, yeah, we're going to make Destiny 3, and they release Destiny 3 in the same state they released Destiny and Destiny 2, that game's dead. Because the fan base has had enough. we've been saying for over a year now on these videos.
Yes.
We've been saying for over a year the fan bases, the gaming community as a whole have literally had enough with live services coming out not even half baked.
Marvel Avengers.
Yeah. Marvel Avengers. Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Anthem.
And they're the three big profile ones.
Yeah, they're just the big three profiles. We're done. We don't. It's like, fine, release a product with like future content in mind. Fine, but give us an actual finished game, please. First, give us a reason to play it, because we're not. And the thing is, they charge the full price of a frigging game for it.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They charge a full price for a game. It's released not even half finished. The end game content doesn't exist until about 6 months down the friggin' line, by which time the vast majority of the people that bought it on launch have gone, oh, this is boring, fucked off to something else.
Yeah.
Like, there's too much competition now with live services that are already set. There's already, the live services of like Fortnite, Destiny, Warframe, and a few others that you're not coming, that like Destiny survived because there wasn't anything like it.
Yeah,
it was more or less unique in its genre per se, and that's what gave it its time for it to build the fan base and then build the end game stuff, so that when other things came around, people would still be playing Destiny.
The other thing that Destiny had, which I don't think Anthem had, nor has Avengers or thingy, Bungie know how to make a good first-person shooter.
Yes.
So
the co-op gameplay is still really good. The problem, and the thing with Anthem is like the potential of the core gameplay is actually good.
Yeah, if it's actually fleshed out.
Yeah. The problem is that as with all of the gravy train chasers, as I'll call them, like how everyone came out with a first-person military shooter.
Oh, Call of Duty.
After Call of Duty and...
The days of Call of Duty.
After Call of Duty and Medal of Honor got their popularity, like, every fucking game was a first-person shooter. And it's like, you have a ever-dwindling fan, market because there's more competition. And for EA to just, look at Anthem and say, yeah, we can jump in on the already set live service market, like with Ubisoft jumping in and fucking Activision jumping in, and it's just like,
actually with Destiny, with Bungie leaving Activision don't have a live service anymore. Unless you count Call of Duty with its Warzone. Unless you count that as a live service, I suppose.
Which also, by the way, just a little segue. Anyone got a 500 gigabyte PlayStation 4 Pro? Yeah, you can't play
Call of Duty
anymore because you need more than 500 gigabytes. Activision, you fucking retards.
The other problems Anthem had, because it wasn't just that. Like the problem that the fact that with a year ago they still didn't even know what type of game they were making.
Yeah.
They didn't have a name. They didn't have anything. Until that E3 trailer happened. The
development hell of BioWare Magic.
And that. BioWare Magic.
Is another problem that Anthem had. But the thing is like, when they announced Anthem, you already had Warframe. You already had Destiny 2. You already had the Battle Royales that were having their live services.
Division was out.
The Division was out. Like, it wasn't an empty market. You weren't going into a street with just one shop to compete against. No, you were opening a shop with 20 others. It just.
Yeah, Avengers.
It's like fucking university towns and all the fashion shops that open up.
Yeah, no, jeez. Oh, sweet Jesus. By the way, we live in a university city, so we know what we're talking about.
Fucking every other fucking store.
Every shop is a fashion shop.
Every other shop was a fashion shop.
I just want a ham sandwich.
And it's like literally, yeah. The thing is, it's like, how the fuck can you even think of competing?
I know.
It's like you would need to you would need to take the entire.
I like the fact that where we live, right, we've got one Tesco, like in the city centre. And then everything else is fashion shops.
Pretty much.
And then, but if you want to get a book or anything like that, you've got to climb up this fucking hill.
Yeah.
You've got to go on quite literally a quest to a cathedral to get a book.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
It's beautiful.
I don't understand. Like when the first couple opened up, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But when it's like the 10th one that opens, I'm like, are you not looking at your environment?
Especially when it's like the entire street is
full of fashion shop.
And it's not. To be fair, if they were all different fashions, I'd be completely fine with it. But I'm sure I went past them.
They were all the same fashion.
It was all the same thing.
Well, yeah, because they were all aimed at students. It was student fashion. I was like, how the fuck did the last person look at this street
and go, yes,
I will be able to make money? And it's like, I am not surprised. Like, at least half of them are closed now. I'm not surprised because there's no way they wouldn't have been able to survive long in normal circumstances.
I mean, I think a couple of them closed even before the whole thing went down. So, anyway, back to Anthem.
But the point is like they were going into what was rapidly becoming an oversaturated market.
Oh yeah. Well, live services were the new thing at the time.
Yeah, exactly. And they need to get off this fucking gravy train chasing.
If I'm honest,
the fad chasing. They need to get.
Yeah,
they need to get off.
It's not only that, but when you think about when Anthem came out, you could see the live service kind of the train kind of like jittering across now, like it's.
Oh, you already had the whole fan base. Well, I wouldn't say riot, but the whole fan base backlash with the launch of Destiny 2, when everyone went, "Wait, so you got rid of all our gear?"
Yeah.
You got rid of all our gear that we'd spent time and effort and money on getting in Destiny 1. You got rid of all of it, and then gave us vanilla Destiny 1. Are you fucking shitting me? Yeah, so I'm not surprised. I am really worried about BioWare.
Well, apparently, Anthem was that bad that EA have decided that Dragon Age 4 is not going to be a live service.
Well,
because apparently it was going to be.
That's a small mercy.
I am very happy it's not.
The problem is like it is now literally Dragon Age 4. Well, EA is going to eat a company. Dragon Age 4 has to do well. If it doesn't, BioWare's done.
Well, I don't think so because they've announced the new Mass Effect, haven't they?
No, yes, they've announced the new Mass Effect with like a 5-second teaser.
It doesn't matter. It's been announced.
Yeah.
Look, EA, no. Look, as long as BioWare has Mass Effect, EA know people will pay. Right. I mean, just look at Andromeda.
Right, here's the thing. EA passed off Jedi Fallen Order to Respawn and expected it to die. And then it didn't.
No, that's the thing.
No.
EA want Respawn to die.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is that EA have given Respawn free reign now.
Yes.
Right? What is going to stop EA from going, hey, do you want to have a crack at Mass Effect?
That's possible. I'm not saying it won't happen. All I'm saying is, as long as BioWare are making Mass Effect, BioWare will be fine.
I still think, like, there's a lot of pressure now on Dragon Age 4 to do well.
Yes.
If it doesn't do well, I don't think Mass Effect is going to be enough to save BioWare.
The other thing about BioWare, when we talked about it last week about Blizzard, it's kind of the same situation with BioWare. BioWare is not the same people that made the original Mass Effect games.
I know that, and a lot of people have come to that realization, but that doesn't stop the fact that EA are going to eat a company.
Yeah, I know this.
EU Electronic Arts are going to
Oh, they will.
Electronic Arts are going to eat a company at some point. They must be really hungry.
They will be. I think Dragon Age will keep them sedated. Dragon Age is a big IP.
Yeah, it depends on how well it's received.
Inquisition, which I think is the worst of the three.
Yes.
It got received really well and made a lot of money.
The thing is that you've got Inquisition, then you've got Andromeda, then you've got Anthem.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's a steady decline of getting shitter.
It's just getting worse. We're just getting worse as it goes along.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, for at least the last two games, BioWare have been really poor.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with this.
Some of it is EA's fault. The fact that EA are still somehow have a hard on for the Frostbite engine.
Yes.
I'm beginning to wonder why. Seriously, just look up videos of the glitches in FIFA. Dear fucking God.
I think BioWare's fine for now. I do agree if Dragon Age 4 is a bomb, then
that's what I'm saying. If Dragon Age
maybe
flops,
but at the moment, because I don't think Dragon Age 4 is going to flop. I think it's going to be one of those games.
Here's the problem. How much of Dragon Age 4 have we actually seen? And
we've not seen anything.
Next to nothing.
We've not seen anything. All we've seen is
We've seen as much of Dragon Age 4 as we had of Anthem.
Yeah, but when's Dragon Age 4 out? It's not out this year.
I think there's like 4 this year scheduled. It's not like it's one of those where it's like in this quarter of the year.
Nah, it's not coming out this year. I don't think it's coming out this year. It's going to come out next year. And even then, it might be like fall next year. I think. Because Mass Effect isn't probably going to come out for another few years.
Here's the problem, though. EA will want a big game release this year. They're not going to get... I don't think Respawn's got anything that can be released in this time frame.
Unless they've been secretly working on Titanfall 3.
Yeah. Unless they've been working on Titanfall 3 behind EA's back. Without them knowing.
Come on, Respawn, you know you want to.
We've heard nothing about...
also with...
anything from DICE.
Yeah, also... Oh, no, actually, Battlefield... The last one was 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's 6.
So this one will be 6.
Battlefield
it's going to be back to like modern day, so they are actually setting it back. And
that might be the big release.
I think Battlefield is going to be the big release this year, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
How long has Battlefield 5 been out now?
A few years, and they have stated that they've stopped work on it. They announced that.
There's no more updates.
Almost a year ago now.
Yeah, so they've clearly been working on a new Battlefield, and there have been announcements about it. So Battlefield might be the big release this year.
Yeah, maybe.
Because DICE hasn't brought anything out in a while. So
the only thing DICE really does is Battlefield now.
That's very true.
You know, because we got a new Mirror's Edge and. Well, they just EA got their hands in it instead of keeping it to like the streamlined thing that made it so good. It was like, no, let's add all these things, and it doesn't need all these things.
You don't need to add things to it.
Let's have it open world. It doesn't need to be open world. It's actually it actually makes the game worse because the level design is not as good as it is in the original. The level design in Mirror's Edge is perfection. It is beautifully done. And yeah, they're corridors, but they're corridors with a lot of like multiple ways to traverse the way, and it's anyway. I'm lamenting about a game I love and dearly love and enjoy playing. Anyway, I'm just gonna say it though. It's do or die. I think it's do or die for BioWare for Dragon Age 4.
Maybe. The thing is, the reason why I say it's probably not is because, like, if it is, EA has had every opportunity to eat BioWare, and they haven't.
Oh yeah, but the thing is that they had Dragon Age.
Maybe, but
They had Dragon Age and Mass Effect.
But like you said, why not just eat BioWare and give it to Respawn?
Did I say EA are smart?
I suppose.
Did I say EA are actually efficient in their thought process?
My thinking is...
We're talking about a company that went to the Belgian government and went, we will see you in court about your laws.
That's very true. I'm only thinking because, like, there's Respawn and BioWare, and then who else is there? What other studios do they have?
They have a few.
I know they have EA Sports.
Well, the thing is that EA Sports is not just one development team. There's a bunch of them. One is primarily on the Madden game. One's primarily on the FIFA game. One's primarily on the baseball. One's primarily on the NHL.
So that's why they all suck.
No, the reason why they all suck is because it's the same game from like 10 years ago.
EA, just give me SSX. I'll forgive everything. If you just give me SSX free.
Don't be silly. They won't do that.
Just off. Is that the ice cream man?
That is the ice cream man.
He's fucking freezing outside.
I know.
What's he doing?
Well, he has bills to pay. Anywho.
He's a fucking madman is what he is. He's a madman.
Anywho.
Anyway, there was announcements over the weekend. We'll do the smaller one.
Yes.
Although, to be fair, they were both quite small in retrospect.
Yes.
But anyway,
we'll
Pokemon.
Do the smaller of the two small things.
I was about to say Smokemon there. Pokemon basically did a Pokemon Presents, which is kind of like a mini Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
And they announced, they basically announced, because it's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, they are basically doing a remaster of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. So it's going to be I think it's for the Switch. I'm not sure.
The way it looks, it's for the Switch.
It does look like it's for the Switch. Released for released for.
Well, yeah, because they've stopped development of 3DS.
Yes, they have.
They've stopped production on the producing the 3DS. The only like portable console they have is the only console they have, the Switch.
So we're going back to the Shinra region.
Yeah.
With that. They also showed off basically the new Snap game, which looks cute and adorable.
Well, yeah, it's Pokemon.
As you would think.
Yes,
as you would think.
You would think Pokemon Snap would actually look like cute. Yes.
It looks pretty good, in all honesty. And then they gave us basically the new game that they're working on, which is called Pokemon Legends Acreus? Acreus, yeah. There we go. I can't talk and I can't read, so leave me alone. Basically, what it looks like is that it's an actual open world Pokemon game. Set in sort of like, because if I remember correctly, the Shinra region is Japan. If I'm remembering my...
No, isn't Pokemon Red and Blue is Japan. Pokemon...
Well, this is clearly sort of the way they've said it is like ancient Japan sort of deal. Maybe not.
I'll have to look, because I know one's the first one's Japan. X and Y is Europe / France. I want to say.
It might be, yeah.
I can't remember which ones, but one of them is definitely America.
Is that not Black and White?
Might be.
America.
I think
Sun and Moon is Hawaii.
Yeah, Sun and Moon is Hawaii, and I'm pretty sure one is Korea.
Right, it's Hawaii and the Maori.
Yeah, that's Hawaii.
States.
Like Samoa. Yeah, basically the Pacific Islands.
Yeah, those ones. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure Shinra is Japan.
See, the thing is like I look at it and go, just give me a goddamn Pokemon. I don't care how long it takes for you to make it. Just give me a Pokemon game with the entire world.
MMO. Give me a Pokemon MMO.
Oh my god.
Or just a Pokemon version of Destiny.
Just you and a bunch of friends go out hunting Pokemon. That sounds so fucking fun, though.
It does sound fun now, doesn't it? When you actually think about it, you go, Pokemon version of Destiny. Oh, that sucks. And then you actually think about it.
Yeah,
you
just go out hunting Pokemon.
You get Pokemon, and then you use those Pokemon to do battle. Because the PvP, you could just be like, you go up to somebody and challenge them.
Yeah. But also, like, you can. I mean, this is the thing. It's like we're talking about stuff that should have been in Sword and Shield.
I know.
It's and I think part of the problem is Nintendo's weird.
To be fair,
Nintendo's weird way of.
To be fair, they got Britain down to a T. It's all hyped up, and then when you finally get there, it's kind of a bit of a disappointment.
Yes.
It's raining. It's raining. Nobody likes you.
Well, yeah, because everyone goes to fucking London.
Nobody likes
That's
you.
the only place
the
that ever
air's
gets
kind
sold.
of smelly because of all the cars.
Yeah, because everyone goes to London.
It's kind of a disappointment.
London is a disappointment. I'll be honest with you, people. It's not as everyone goes on about how great London is, and it's like, nah.
It depends on where you go in London. Like the higher, the big money areas of London are quite nice. I will give it that.
Yes, but
like,
you have to be rich to be there.
If you're poor, nah.
You have to be rich to be there. That's the problem. Anyway, I mean, multiplayer, an actual proper multiplayer.
I don't know if it's a multiplayer.
Well, an open world.
It's an actual open world game now.
The thing is like there is a multiplayer Pokemon-like game that is being developed for the PCs. Nintendo should be looking at it.
And it's on PS5.
And on PS5. And Nintendo should be looking at it and going,
Temtem.
Yeah.
Why can't we do that?
Why can't we do that? Because we fucked over our internet's online stuff for the Switch. Why did we do that? Because we're Nintendo.
Because Nintendo are weird.
Because we're Nintendo. Because we're Nintendo. Yeah, well, to talk to people, you have to use your phone. Pardon?
You gotta download an app on your phone.
Download an app on your phone.
Why can't I just have a headset like everyone else?
Like every other fucking console.
No, use your phone. I don't want to use my phone. I don't want to download another app on my phone. Nintendo, please stop doing this. But you know this was all right.
Remaster of Pearl. Was it Pearl and Diamond?
Diamond and Pearl, yeah.
Yeah. A remaster of Diamond and Pearl. I'm definitely not going to say no to that. I think isn't Diamond and Pearl the first one that had wild Eevees? Is it? It's either that or X and Y.
I think X and Y was the first one that I came across.
A wild Eevee, yeah.
Because I never played Diamond or Pearl,
yeah.
So.
But yeah, so it's gonna be great.
I think so. It looks all right. It's clearly in like working development, but it's definitely Shinra region, feudal past. Yeah, it's set in like feudal Japan.
So
sort of
yeah,
style.
it's in it's. Ooh,
that's why I'm saying I think Shinra is Japan, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it could be. Anywho, yeah, there's a whole bunch of Pokemon stuff coming up because it's the 25th anniversary of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because I'm surprised no one ever thought of pets plus RPG mechanics equals great game.
Pokemon Company, just give me a multiplayer Pokemon game, an actual Pokemon game, right? Okay, no, our idea that we came up with before, Pokemon Destiny, just do it. You can have it. I don't even need royalties, all right? I'm not even bothered. Just some sort of game where I can play Pokemon with my buds and we can just go out into the woods
without any fat tomfoolery shenanigans of trying to figure out how to fucking get the multiplayer to work.
Yeah, just
literally just load up, invite, friends come.
Yeah, just that. That's all I want. I'm not bothered about much else. Just give me that. I'd be happy. You can have the idea, Pokemon Destiny, and ruin it like all other live services. Anyway, other than that, we also had the Sony Direct.
Yes,
is what they call it.
State of Play.
State of Play. That's the one.
State of Play.
I'm gonna be forefront with this one.
It wasn't that great.
It wasn't that. It was just sort of like, there was really nothing new.
No.
Ish.
There wasn't anything like brand new. I mean, one of the big things that we pogged out to was at the end. But anyway, they started off with the Crash Bandicoot 5 version.
Crash Bandicoot, it's about time.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot 4
is getting upgraded to PS5, which was kind of a bit
if you
weird.
have the
PS4 version, you can upgrade it for
obviously
free.
right. And here's the thing: if you have the digital version, you out of luck. You need a disc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you have the digital.
Because I think if you've got the digital version, most likely if you've got it on the PlayStation, you've bought it from the PlayStation 4 or from the store.
Yeah, it might do. I don't know how. I know some games are literally like you need the disc to upgrade to the PS5 version. So I don't know. Anyway, so there was that. Then there was Returnal, which is that semi. It's kind of like Risk of Rain type of game.
Yeah.
Where when you die, you go back and the things change.
Yeah, it looks like Risk of Rain meets Dead Space.
Yeah, Risk of Rain meets Dead Space meets Cthulhu meets Resident Evil 7 first person.
Yeah, with the weird PT thing at the end there. That looks really. Looks really cool.
It does look really cool. I'm still interested in it. Risk of Rain is a damn good game. So it's going to be interesting how
it gave us more
out.
information on that, like how the world works. Like every time you start again, the world still changes.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So yeah, it looks cool.
And there's roguelike mechanics where you get permanent upgrades and all that sort of stuff. And it seems to be like there's going to be the planet's messing with the main character's head.
Yeah.
Because she's seeing stuff which shouldn't be there, like her old home when she was a kid.
Yeah.
She goes into it and turns into a first person. I'm like, there's a horror section here. I recognise this. I know your tricks, game. But yeah, it's got a release date now, April 30th, so end of next month.
Yeah, I will be getting that.
Yes. After that was Knockout City, which is the dodgeball
thing that was announced.
That was announced for the Switch. Yeah. I still don't understand why someone thought this was a good idea, but
hey, it might end up being the new Splatoon or Fall Guys.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that good.
No, it won't. It won't. I don't think it will anyway.
But hey, if it's from a smaller developer, it's one of the EA Originals things.
Yeah.
So, like, kudos to EA for actually giving this thing a go-ahead, because there's no fucking way if it was an actual EA studio, they would do it.
Do you reckon this is like a charity thing, so they do it only so they can get their tax write-offs?
I wouldn't be surprised. After that, though, was Sifu.
Yes.
Which looks really good.
Also known as Old Boy.
Yeah, basically, there's a part of the trailer that is set in a corridor where he's literally fighting a whole bunch of guys.
It's fucking Old Boy.
And it's literally like, it's like if you put a Kung Fu master in that fight scene in Old Boy, in that corridor.
Yeah.
It is...
He's gonna beat the shit out of everybody.
It looks... I'm literally... It's instantly like, do you know what? If they got the combat down right, it looks fucking fantastic.
Oh, yeah. It looks really fun. It could be a good...
It'll all be down on how well the combat works. That's what's going to make or break that game. And I'm really hoping that the combat's good.
Maybe it'll end up like Leroy on Tekken.
Yes.
Presses weird reversal things.
From Sifu, we went to Solar Ash, which is I want to say a platformer with Shadow of the Colossus vibes. It's like a speed platformer.
That's the one that has like the pathless sort of art style, isn't it?
Yeah.
The same sort of
It's
art
like,
style.
the gist is that you've deliberately gone into a black hole to solve something, to save your world.
Yeah.
And there are these monsters, but like, it seems to be like a speed running...
Yeah, it seems like one of those where you have to keep moving.
Yeah, it's like a parkour-ish type speed running through a platforming sections. Yeah. The art style is really, 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 really cool. And Though it looks like it does have like Shadow of the Colossus boss type things where it's like you have to get on it and get to a certain point and then you have to kill it and
Yeah.
ooh, it looks really good.
It looks cool.
It does. Following that was Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
Yeah, well, we actually got like a proper.
We got to actually see what looks like actual gameplay in action.
Yeah, and you're actually moving around in this one.
Yeah.
You're not just a stationed person at a desk with a computer.
It still means I'm going to.
We actually talk to another character.
Yeah, there's another person.
Like, holy crap!
Like,
this might be our horror game this year. I was right when I first saw this. I was straight up like, nah, it's just Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not arsed. And then I actually saw that, and I thought, I might give this a go. If for Halloween. Who knows? It might be pretty decent.
It could be. I've always thought like the next big step for Five Nights at Freddy's would be
actually moving around.
Like an actual proper 3D survival-y type horror game. The animatronics still look creepy as fuck.
Yeah, they do.
Even when they're not moving.
To be fair, like, it's not hard to make animatronics look creepy. Like, real animatronics look creepy anyway.
Yeah, I know, but it's the whole, like, just the... Yeah, it's just unnerving.
It's like, are you a person in there, or are you just a...
Do you have a soul trapped inside of you? Kind of concerned about that. From that was Oddworld Soulstorm.
Yeah, we got a little bit more information on that.
Yeah.
Well, it was like over 1,000
Murlocs
to save.
Yeah, whatever they're called.
And it's like, well, that's...
Murlocs is a WoW thing.
Is it?
Yeah. It begins with them, I know.
Is it not?
Murdochs, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's over 1,000 of those that are going to die when I get my hands on them.
Yeah. Because
I am terrible at what.
That has a release date of April the 6th.
Yeah, what game's coming out next month?
Yeah. And then on to basically if Pixar made a game. Kenna.
Oh, yes.
Kenna
we saw some gameplay.
We saw some actual, like, fluid gameplay. It looks beautiful.
It looks good. And also adorable at the same time.
Yes. And that also got a release date of August 24th.
We also saw, like, what seems to be a boss.
Yeah, like...
At the end there.
That
was a big thing. Whatever it was.
Like, we were watching it and went, wait, hang on, hold on, wait. Dark Souls?
I was thinking, like, is this not, like, some new 3D platformer? And then that happened, and I was like, oh, this is not a 3D platformer.
That's not a 3D platformer.
That's a big boss thing.
That's a boss that wouldn't look at it. Yeah, the thing is, I was like, because it's all black and that, it's like, you know, that wouldn't look out of place in a Souls game.
Yeah.
It wouldn't. From that, they went to Deathloop, which we saw more gameplay. And I think they kind of teased at the way the lass is played. Because the whole gimmick is like the game loops over, I think it's a 24-hour period.
Yeah, something like that.
And every time you die as the main protagonist, I can't remember his name, but the guy that we've seen through his perspective all the way through. Every time he dies, it gets reset. And everyone else, and he has to kill, I think it's 7 people? There's 7 people he has to kill before it resets again to break the loop.
Yeah.
But there is this other person who is constantly trying to kill him to stop him from breaking the loop. And the way it's been sold, or at least the way we've got the inclination of, is that she is actually going to be another player invading Dark Souls-like to kill you, to try and kill you. Now, at first we thought she may just appear on the map and then, but from the looks of it, from the last trailer, it looks like she possesses someone, morphs into herself, and then she can attack, because it's like the last scene is literally her. Like I say, from what looks of it, she possesses someone, And the guy just goes, up in the air, shotgun, get the fuck out.
Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. You're not welcome here.
So yeah, that's actually, that could be quite a cool balancing mechanic, because the person invading may not be able to actually like choose where they show up, and they could literally show up in front of him with a gun pointed at them. Because I want that, because I want the moments of those people that invade to realise it's at this very moment
They fucked up.
Because that's the thing that annoys me the hell the most out of like this the invasion mechanic in Dark Souls.
That it is still my worry for this game. Is
like the people that invade that don't come and fight you. They go and hide and try and like, it's basically like, I'm gonna stab you in the back with my overpowered armor and sword
while you're fighting all these.
You're fighting all the mobs. It's why I love the tree seed.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you want to do that? Yeah, you're right next to that giant, are you? Bing. Smash.
It is my main worry for the game.
Yeah.
Is the invasion thing, because it is one of the most annoying thing in games is when you do put all that work in to do the thing that you need to do, and then you get invaded and they kill you, and then you have to do it all over again, and it's just sort of like, nope.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem, is like, how are they going to balance that? Because can you imagine if you've got one person to kill?
This is what I mean.
If you've gone through like the vast majority of everyone and have one person to kill, and then she fucking shows up
out of nowhere
and kills you because she's camping on a fucking hill 20 miles away with a sniper rifle. That's going to be like, because the biggest problem with invasions is that there's not much you can do against it. Especially the only game that we have this sort of like mechanic in it is Dark Souls, and there's nothing much you can do to defend yourself against it apart from
playing offline.
Well, no. What I mean is, if you don't play offline, if you let it happen, like Dark Souls, there were videos where we are literally standing still for 10 minutes waiting for a jackass to come fight us because he just doesn't want to fucking.
Yeah.
They have to make sure that like that doesn't happen.
I think what they should do for invasions is maybe put a time limit on them.
Yeah, basically you've got
like 5 minutes.
You've got 5 minutes to kill this person.
Yeah. To find and kill them. If you don't do it, you end up back out. And if I wish From Software would put that into. Well, the thing is, if I think they're going to follow Blue Point's thing and just be like, well, if you don't want invasions, just put the password in. Yeah. And you can set it to like you don't want invasions. Because Demon Souls, I've gone through the Demon Souls, I've set it with no invasions, so I don't. The only time I do get invaded is NPCs.
Yeah, NPCs or the set. I think it isn't one of the bosses an invasion.
Yes.
Which is fine. Like, that's fine, because it's like, that's a guarantee they're here to actually fucking fight you.
Yeah.
I don't mind those people. I love those people.
A lot of those people are actually quite nice. They'll just let you kill them. As I found out. No. I got all pumped up ready to fight the guy, and he just stood there and did nothing. I was like, oh. Well, thank you.
No, but the thing is, some of the best fights I've had in Dark Souls is with when the invader doesn't run like a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
It comes and fights us. And it's quite good, because it's like it's the whole thing of like, look, you invaded me, I get to choose the fucking battlefield, mate.
Yes.
Come fight me. And some of the best fights I've had is through that, because they've come, and it's not because usually these people are actually good at what they're doing. You know, it's not like, oh yeah, I'm in a better position now. I mean, yes, I am, but I'm like, it's not some jackass with a fucking level 10 sword waiting around a fucking corner while I'm in the middle of a fight with 5 fucking skeletons.
Oh yeah, I know the pain. I know the pain.
Yeah.
The worst thing is like you always get those ones though. You never get you very rarely get that guy who wants to fight you like off at the distance where there's no enemies.
Or the person that invades and then doesn't do anything because they're stopping other people invading.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's that. It definitely still looks cool.
It definitely looks really, really cool. I think it's going to be made or broken on how they balance the invasion aspect, maybe. Because
I'm hoping I can just...
The whole thing... Because it's from the people who gave us...
Dishonored.
Yeah, Dishonored. And the Dishonored gameplay seems to be in there where it's like, look, it's up to you how you do this, how you approach
teleporting
this,
and stuff like
that.
Yeah,
how you approach this with weapons and skills and abilities. It's all up to you. Here's the playground. Here's problem A. Solve it.
Yeah. I think I'm hoping that they go the same route that Bluepoint did and just have it like, she's an NPC. She'll just randomly show up.
Yeah. So
sometimes. I'm hoping that you can switch that on.
Yeah, I think give people the choice.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea. Because
I like the look of it, but it doesn't look like a game that I want to fight other people on.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to deal with having to rush through the level to get to my target and also have to deal with this another player,
this person
that could just show up at any time.
Yeah.
So if it gives me the option to like switch the actual invasion off, but still have it show up as an NPC every now and then,
yeah,
I'm for that. I would like that, but at the moment, which they did show off her actual gameplay, which kind of looks pretty cool, but not much different to him.
Yeah.
To be fair, so which is fair if it's going to be a 1v1 sort of deal. You both have the same powers.
Yeah,
so.
You both have the same tools at your disposal. It's how whoever can like best use them. But then from that, the last thing on the list, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
Your best girl.
My best girl. She's in it.
Yuffie. They are adding a chapter for the PlayStation 5 version only.
Yes, for the PlayStation 5 version only, and you actually have to pay. I think if they did it in dollars, it was like $30.
And I think you have to have the disc version for the upgrade, for the free upgrade.
Yeah, for the free upgrade, you have to have the disc version. I think they said, and you have to pay. You still have to pay because it's DLC.
Yeah,
so you still have to buy the.
Gives you the ability to get the DLC.
Yeah, it sucks.
It
that
does.
Sort of thing.
It's kind of like, I mean, the problem is like getting a PS5 is not fucking easy. Square Enix.
We should know. We've been trying to get you one for the past
3 months. Annoys the fucking hell out of me because I guarantee you, despite what like the likes of Game and Amazon are saying, I mean, Amazon are doing jack fucking shit about it because the amount of times I used to look at it and go and see PlayStation, you can buy one for £1,000. You know, oh yeah, Amazon, you're really trying to stop scalpers. Really trying to stop scalpers. Fuck you.
But Yuffie looks amazing.
Yuffie
looks amazing.
She's definitely got her 7 gear on.
Yes.
And I wonder if it's going to be explaining why she's on. Like, basically, it's like because the one thing with Yuffie is like it isn't really explained.
It's never explained how she got to where she is.
It doesn't explain it doesn't explain too well. I mean, obviously she's working for Wutai in some aspect in regards to like information gathering.
Yeah.
On Shinra / Midgar and all that sort of stuff because of what happened with Wutai before the events of the game. So the war between Shinra and Wutai. Pardon me. So maybe it'll go into explain that. It looks like it's set between Cloud falling from the reactor and bumping into Aerith.
Yeah.
And Aerith and Cloud finding Tifa. I think that's the time frame this chapter's set.
Possibly.
But there's other things that are looking really, really cool.
Yes. First thing, there's we had in the trailer for this, we had a lot of Dirge Cerberus.
Yes,
references.
there was a lot of references.
Pretty Boy Hojo shows up at the end of the trailer,
Yeah.
for one, and then there's loads of
the worst villain that is ever graced Final Fantasy. He's 7.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He is god awful.
But to be fair, Dirge of Cerberus is such a. It's not a good game.
Look, let's all be honest, right? It is a clusterfuck. It's an enjoyable clusterfuck, but it's still a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's still not a good game, even though I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of it. It doesn't mean that it's a good game. It's still bad. I actively know it's a bad game,
Yeah.
but I still like it. This makes me think. So if we're getting Yuffie as a DLC,
Yeah,
could we be getting other DLC?
possibly.
Because what I would like is maybe like a Vincent DLC, but it's like set in when he was because
When he was with the Turks.
When he was with the Turks, and you had Lucretia and Gast and some of the other ones, because I think they are characters that, I mean, yeah, they're side characters and all that, but you could flesh them out a little bit.
Yeah. The problem is like how much of like they can get away with Yuffie being in Midgar because she's on that continent at the start of the game. You just don't know about it until you bump into her in the forests after the crystal cave. You don't know that.
Yeah.
That she's actually there, but she, so.
Also, before we go any further, Yuffie looks adorable in her little Moogle poncho thing.
Yes, Yuffie does look adorable. She does look absolutely
I'm not
adorable.
surprised that Yuffie's the first one to get introduced.
Here's the thing. I'm surprised that there wasn't any, more references to other characters. Maybe not seen, but, when we were in the Shinra Tower, why that they couldn't have had, Palmer having a conversation with Sid. Over the phone or something, and Sid just literally ripping through his ear hole, just swearing and bawling and just literally just through the sheer volume of his voice through the phone, making Palmer regret his life decisions. Obviously, the problem with Vincent. I'm
not surprised Vincent doesn't get any sort of reference in.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Vincent is one of those where I'm well, how the fuck do you fit him in yet? Because he's in a fucking coffin.
No, this is what I'm saying. If they're going to introduce him in a way before Remake 2 comes out, do it's a flashback.
I'm not even sure we'll be at that point. We'll be at Nibelheim by the end of.
I agree.
Of Remake 2.
I do agree with you, but I really do not think they're not going to release Vincent in Remake 2.
I think we get to Nibelheim. I think we get to Nibelheim at the end of Remake 2, and I think the DLC is Nibelheim.
You think?
Maybe. I don't know.
No, I honestly think we're going to see Vincent in Part 2.
I mean, in a sense, in 30 hours on the original game, you would have easily gotten to fucking...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You would have gotten past Nibelheim. So
it's just the amount of
it's how much extra are they going to put in? How much more are they going to? How much are they going to put in Calmtown in the flashback? How much are they going to put in for the Chocobo Ranch and getting past the Zoom? How much are they going to put in for the cave? How much extra are they going to put in for...
Yeah, but this is the thing. That's if they do that. Remember, the end changes everything.
Yeah, I know, but... Right, we're now talking about geography.
Yeah, I know. No. Right.
They still... the path from Midgard to Junyan.
Yes.
They still have to go to Junyan, right? The path from Midgard to Junyan is via Calmtown.
Yeah.
There is no... Unless they want to change the entire geography of the fucking place, you can't go without getting any sort of air travel, which the gang are not going to get. They're not going to get because, we're running from Shinra. We don't want to be caught. We don't want any hassle. So we're just going to, it's like if you are being hunted by the authorities, you do not get public transport.
Yeah, that's true.
You do not get you basically spend most of the time on foot. So, like, they have to go to Calm Town.
My point
and go to...
I think part 2 is going to start in Calm Town. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're not going to get, like, this whole thing. And I think what I've got a feeling they're going to streamline a few of these bits.
I'm worried that what they're going to do is actually basically corridor the open world bits. What would have been the open world on the original. Or corridor. Maybe. In which case, I'll be very disappointed.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, Square Enix. Do you not understand why Octopath Traveler did so well? It's because people want this shit. They want this.
I think I'm of the opinion that it won't be as bad as that. I think they're just gonna.
I think if they do the way they did Traverse in Final Fantasy 12, I'd be happy with that because if the zone, if like the individual zones are big enough, then I will be fine with.
I think they could probably do it the way Final Fantasy 14 has it.
Yeah, which is the similar way 12 does.
Yeah. So like different like sort of hub worlds.
Yeah, basically like the stuff outside the towns and cities are like zones.
Yeah.
And you go from zone to zone to zone to zone.
Maybe they'll do that.
I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind it as much. That's probably like the middle ground.
I've got a feeling they're probably gonna do it the way I think is it Final Fantasy 10 does it.
Oh, I don't want that because they're just corridors.
Yeah.
They're just corridors.
I know.
I don't want that. That is literally the worst decision they can make.
If they're either going to do it the way Final Fantasy 10 or Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
It's the way they're going to
14's do it. 12/14 is the way they should do it.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that's the way they should do it. Whether they actually do it that way is another thing.
Anyway, back to my girl Yuffie.
They showed combat.
They showed team ups.
They showed actual team ups.
Fucking team ups.
I wonder if that's been put in because of all the speculation after they showed the Tifa Cloud Well, it wasn't an actual combo. It was
but it looked like one because
basically Cloud was doing a special attack and so was Tifa, and the way that the camera was and the way that it all timed out, it looked like Tifa jumped off Cloud's sword for an extra attack. And I think basically Square Enix didn't realise that would be such a popular idea, and then they saw the reaction to it and everyone speculating like, oh, are we going to get team attacks? And they went, and Square Enix were like, can we put that in the game? No.
But we can do it for DLC.
We'd be able to implement it for any DLC though. Do that.
I'm totally down for like team up attacks.
I'm all for team up attacks.
Like I'm down for like Barrett and Red 13 doing team up attacks.
Barrett
just straight up.
Barrett Red 13 fastball special.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that. Just yeah, sign me up. Just to see Barrett throw Red 13 at somebody.
Cloud and Tifa team ups, obviously.
Yeah.
Tifa and Aerith team ups. Actually, team ups for everyone. I'm just saying, like,
yeah, everybody gets team ups.
The more popular ones would be.
Everybody gets team ups.
Everyone gets team ups with everyone. Like Tifa, obviously, if they do implement it, there's gonna have to be Tifa jumping off his sword.
Oh yeah,
has to be.
Has to be one.
Trying to think how would you have a team up with Aerith and Tifa?
The magic.
Yeah, but how?
So,
Aerith does a magic attack.
Her dancing.
Yeah,
weird dancing.
Yeah, it does a magic attack, but instead of actually going at a thing, it like goes onto Tifa's glove. So it's basically like Tifa does something, Aerith hits the glove, and then Tifa's got like a magic powered
fist.
Oh yeah. Obviously, Barrett.
What about Vincent though? Vincent, what would Vincent do? I mean, Vincent turns into weird monsters. Yes, which by the way, I can't wait for that.
How the fuck are they going to implement
so
it? How are they going to implement that? How are they going to do that?
I just need to see Livewire. I just need to see the live wire once, and I'll be like, oh.
I don't know. I want him
my
in his
God.
full like.
Oh, chaos!
Chaos.
It is chaos. I wouldn't mind seeing, because the first one's like the werewolfy thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it's the Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing his weird like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh God, yeah.
Look with the hockey mask thing on.
Turning head.
The turning head and the long ridiculous arms. I would like to see that. I wouldn't mind seeing what they do with that.
I want to see all of them. I want to see all 4. I want to see what they do with all 4. But anyway, back to the DLC.
Yeah, back to the DLC. Before we start going on too much. A lot of Dirge Cerberus.
There's
like
a
we
lot
said,
of Dirge Cerberus.
references.
A lot of Dirge Cerberus.
We are going to be going into Dirge Cerberus. This game, I think. So before we go any further, they also announced for mobile, which I'm sorry, this is also coming to the Switch. Like, there's no way this is not coming to the Switch. I cannot see them not doing it. It's perfect for Switch. But they also announced that there's going to be a mobile version of the Final Fantasy VII universe. So all the games and Advent Children movie are going to be playable in this mobile game.
How?
To which my brain just exploded when they said Advent. Yes, even Advent Children. My brain was just sort of like,
literally,
what do you mean we're going to be
Crisis
playing?
Core, Before Crisis, Dirge Cerberus,
Final Fantasy VII,
Final Fantasy VII,
and Advent Children. All of them are going to be playable via this mobile game.
And it's a mix. It looks like it's like cute.
It's got a really good art style. It looks really good.
Yeah, the art
for a
style.
mobile game.
I want to say it's like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles ish.
Yeah, I would go that far. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when it goes into the battle, it
looks more
Final
like
Fantasy VII
Final Fantasy.
Remake.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more.
Which is fine because that's kind of sticking in tone with the original, which was
Yeah.
like you had your chibi mode, and then you had your battle mode.
Yeah. I'm just like, how the fuck?
This wasn't announced on the Sony thing, by the way.
No, we've gone past the Sony thing. In regards to the DLC, I'm literally like, really, just the PS5? Really? Oh, why have you done this to me?
Look, I've already told you, like, if you haven't got one by then, because it's not out till June?
Yeah.
It's not out till June.
It's like June 13th or something like that.
You can borrow, we can use mine.
I
There's
know.
no way I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I know.
So we can use mine for the DLC.
Yeah, I'm just literally like, that's a whole bloody bunch of setting up to do and all that crap. And
It's not actually, it's just unplug your
yes,
PS4
I know.
and just
I know
plug it
that, but I
there.
don't even want to do that. I want it already ready, like sort of thing.
Yeah, I know. But you have to work around, buddy. You have to work around. It's just the way it is.
But also, it's like, it'll be your copy, not mine.
So? It'll be fine.
Scalpers, you all need to burn in hell. You all need to burn in hell, then get resurrected, and then burn in hell again. Just letting you know.
Like, how are we going to be playing Advent Children? Does this mean we're going to get... Is Remake... Are we going to get to Advent Children in Remake? It's just... I'm just sort of like...
Why?
Because we're getting... No, but here's the thing. We're getting Dirge Cerberus references in this DLC. So, like, hold on, right? So we're getting Dirge Cerberus. We've already got Zack, and there are rumours that we're going to be getting, like, a weird Crisis Core sort of game coming...
Yeah.
So, and Sephiroth's getting a game.
That's not to mention the Battle Royale that
They're for the mobile.
that they're dropping on mobile.
We're getting a Sephiroth game. We know this. Sephiroth's getting his own game. Why not bring Advent Children into the remake?
Yeah, why not? It's going to be...
We're getting a load of random stuff that's outside of things.
I'm starting to get really concerned. We're starting to go into Kingdom Hearts 3 territory of plot convolution.
I'm a big fan of Kingdom Hearts, so I'm fine with it.
I know, but it's like, look, the plot isn't exactly the most... The plot of Final Fantasy VII, while yes, it's a bit one linear and all that sort of stuff, you have to pay attention to a lot of little intricacies that get pulled up.
I think the thing is,
the
I think the main thing is like, I think Remake, as though it is a new game that can bring in new fans, a lot of the things that are there in it are for the original fans. Yes. And not just fans of just the original game. Yes. It's for the series. Yeah. So for everything. It's why Sephiroth looks the way he does.
Here's the thing. At the end of the part one, I am actually curious as to where they're going with it. I'm totally fine with like the whole a kind of plot line of like Aerith realizing that she's going to die if she doesn't change things, and is trying to change things because, for whatever reason, like, things aren't all peachy clean actually at the end, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm down for that. I'm just worried that they're going to start doing like, oh, well, by the way, this has caused a ripple fucking effect, and now we have two timelines going at the same time now.
Well,
which now intermingle with each other.
So we're going to have Chibi Cloud meet Remake Cloud.
Yeah. Yeah, and then all of a sudden we'll have another timeline where Chibi Zack meets normal meets Remake Cloud, and then Remake Zack meets.
As much as I would like to say I don't think it's going to go that way, it is Amora. And
exactly.
He does tend to do that. Go like, his storytelling is just, it's bonkers. It's just straight up bonkers.
I don't want that.
I know you don't.
I don't want to have a headache trying to figure out.
I'm going to be straight up and honest with you. Like, when I saw that end, and I know a lot of people online were not happy with the ending of the remake. I'm down. I put my stamp down. I'm putting my flag down here. Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm in. You got me.
Like I say, I want to see this go where this is going, but I don't want it to turn into like fucking 17 different time things converging on each other.
I don't think it's going to go that far.
I don't want Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think you're going to get that.
I don't want that.
Worry. I think what they're going to do is like...
And I think that's why a lot of people were not happy with the ending of 7 Remake Part 1, because we know what he's like.
Yes.
It's like, oh no, don't start coming up with an original shit now.
No. I think what's going to happen is we're going to start seeing things from the other games and the other Advent Children. So like I said, it's the reason why Sephiroth looks the way he does is because that's what he looks like in Adventure.
Yeah.
It's also the reason why he sounds the way he does, because that's what he sounds like in Adventure.
Yes, but also that's the way. If the thing is with Sephiroth is that's what he would have looked like if the PlayStation 1 could have actually rendered it.
I suppose
like that. His actual his actual design hasn't really changed that much.
I suppose. I think, like, for me personally, what I would like is, in the original where you get the flashback with Zack and Cloud, and Zack gets Cloud out of the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think what I would like, just for references, maybe not, doesn't have to be like, oh yeah, we're getting Advent Children as a game, but the free villains.
Yeah.
They're there as well in tubes.
The 3 clones.
Yeah, they're also there in tubes in Hojo's lair, and they're like...
Yeah, but you can't actually see in them, but there's like clearly something in there.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or even if you just... You do see them. You do see them.
That's Nibelheim.
Like, yeah, that is Nibelheim.
That's Nibelheim. I still don't think we will be at Nibelheim at the end of part 2.
Well, the thing is, we're probably not even going to get to that flashback till part 3.
No, the flashback is next.
No.
Oh,
when Zack gets Cloud out of the thing.
Yeah, no, that
flashback.
We won't get to that until way past part 3.
That's what I'm saying. We might not get to that
because we haven't even got to. I haven't even, and even then, that's an optional thing in the original.
Yeah,
I haven't even got to that.
I think it's going to be a more mandatory thing for this one, for the remake.
Well, the fact that like
especially by those scenes,
I love how we've gotten into like theory crafting with fucking Final Fantasy 7.
Well, we're going to have to now. I don't really care now. We're talking about this.
The thing is like, we need confirmation of what the fuck's happened to Zack.
Yes.
Is he actually alive?
Or was that like a weird time thing?
Was that a weird time thing? Or is that his spirit sort of thing. Like, he's actually still dead. It's just like his spirit hasn't gone and joined with the party.
I think he's going to die. I think he's going to be dead, because there's nothing in that scene that really suggests that he is alive. Because it was very clear.
Apart from the fact that he gets up and walks away.
Yeah, apart from the fact that he gets up and walks away. Very true. But that could be anything. That could be his spirit. That could be
the one thing that has me leaning towards him being alive is the whole thing at the very end of that game is like, we are not like, here's Final Fantasy VII. We're taking this route. Different.
That's very true.
This is different.
I would agree with you there. But the one thing that always comes back to my mind whenever I think about it is like, Cloud's got his sword.
Yeah,
so
but Zack doesn't leave with the sword though. I don't think
he does.
He does.
Zack has his sword. So if Zack's not dead, and that's not a weird spirit thing, then
yeah, what the fuck's going on?
What is that?
Yeah,
because I'm sure he has his sword. I've watched the thing a couple of times. I'll rewatch it.
Do you know what my biggest concern is? Is that they're going to mess around with Cloud's, like, what actually happened at Nibelheim sort of thing. I'm worried that they're going to mess up, like, they're going to mess about and like, yeah, actually, the original Cloud is actually dead. And it's like, no!
Oh, you think they're actually going to go full on, he's a clone sort of deal. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're still going to keep with the whole, he's just fucked up, because of everything.
The thing with Cloud, because we've gotten past that bit in our playthrough, and it's not a secret. It's like, the reason why Cloud is the only success Hojo does is because he's not an actual full clone.
Yeah.
Everyone in Soldier gets injected with Genova cells, and Cloud basically would have actually killed him if it wasn't for the fact that what happened to him at Nibelheim needed, basically, in a sense, he was nearly dead, and the Genova cells resurrected him, per se. But obviously, because his body couldn't cope with the Mako.
Yeah, I think they're still going to keep with that, because Tifa, when Cloud does bring up some things in Remake,
the whole
Tifa
thing of like
still does that whole sort of like thing.
The whole thing of like Cloud knowing stuff that he shouldn't is there. I know that, and that the whole reveal of like, yeah, by the way, Cloud, what happened in Nibelheim didn't actually happen in Nibelheim.
Yeah.
By the way, mate. And then Cloud giving Sephiroth the black. That's still gonna happen. I mean, granted, that'll be probably part 4.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how much they're gonna add to Junyan. I really am wondering how much they're gonna add to Junyan.
Well, because that's the thing. Like, they're gonna add things to Junyan, and it's gonna be coalescent to the other games.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna see like stuff from Crisis Core and Junyan.
Yeah.
Because there's stuff that happens in Junyan that's to do with Crisis Core that isn't in Final Fantasy VII, which is supposed to happen because Crisis Core happens before Final Fantasy VII, and so I think Junyan's going to have a lot of references to Crisis Core, and we're going to see a lot of characters from Crisis Core
potentially
in Junyan.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be weird. It's going to be fucking weird.
But in regards to the DLC, Yuffie, everyone loves Yuffie. She's massive in Japan. She is absolutely massive. She's massive in Japan.
It's why she's the first one to be
I'm not surprised. To be perfectly, let's be honest, right? If you play the game and want to complete it 100%, Yuffie is the first character that
after Midgard
that you get anyway. So it's like, on regards to the party, her showing up, being the next character to show up, is on course.
Yeah,
we're still on course for that. Like, next is Yuffie. I think then it's Cat Sif, fucking spy.
Yeah, I think we are gonna get the characters in order.
Yeah,
like Sid's gonna be the last character that we get.
Cat Sif. After Cat Sif is Vincent, and after Vincent it is Sid.
Yeah. Sid's gonna be the last one.
I am wondering what are they gonna do party wise, and combat onwards. Because obviously the DLC here, it's only Yuffie and her whoever she's with. I missed the name.
Oh, fuck! Because it's Dirge again.
Yeah, but it's her and her and the guy she's with.
Because Yuffie has a bit like if you don't know, Yuffie actually does have a fair bit to do with Dirge Cerberus
as well.
I can't remember his name.
It's fine. It's a dude. I haven't played Dirge Cerberus, so therefore I have no knowledge of this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the weird thing is, I saw him.
I'm not gonna. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna say no to more Final Fantasy VII Remake.
No. I'm not saying no.
At this precise moment in time, I have not. There is nothing for me to go. Oh, I don't like it anymore. It's the combat is great. It is gorgeous. Also, they did show because we've been talking mostly about theory crafting and all that, but they actually. I want Final Fantasy VII on PS5 now because I want it to run as silky smooth as it showed it did.
Yeah.
It's just beautifully smooth.
You are wonderful. I love you so much.
Like, no frame drops at all. It's almost like the PlayStation was like, really, you only want me to... Also, like, the background renders.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
The background renders are so much more cleaner.
Yes.
So much more clearer. Yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is put put Final Fantasy VII
on the PS5.
On my PS5.
But it won't look any different until they open.
Yeah, until but like.
But I mean, the loading time.
The moment it's released. The moment it's released on.
Yeah.
On PS5, I'm putting my PS5 disc in. Like, give me.
And then I'm downloading that.
Give me.
I'm downloading. The thing I'm waiting for now for my PS5 is Final Fantasy 14 in April.
Yeah, I somehow need to get
a
PS5
my God.
for them.
Like, I've seen the loading times for the zones. It's just like, I'm just like, oh, I need that in my life. I do have a serious problem with Final Fantasy 14. I love the game a little bit too much.
Yeah. To be honest, it's a really, really good game. Anywho, that, I think, is it for today. I think we've chatted about enough for...
Yeah. Yeah, and we did some theory crafting.
Yes.
I like theory crafting.
I love theory craft. I don't mind. It's
always good to
especially when, like, I'm pretty sure, like, the last time we theory crafted about something we had no real knowledge of coming into it was Star Wars, and I almost got Rey bang on.
Yeah.
Because I said she was going to be his granddaughter, and she actually is his daughter.
No. You said she was going to be his daughter.
Oh, he's going to be a daughter, and she turned out to be actually his granddaughter.
Yeah. I would. The thing I'm waiting for Final Fantasy VII Remake for Part 2 anyway is Biggs, because Biggs is not dead.
Yeah, like
he's at.
Well, here's the thing, right? Biggs is on the fucking tower as well as Jesse.
Yeah.
And Biggs is alive. Wedge is alive.
I've got a feeling we're actually going to get DLC involving those three, like something like Jesse's not dead. So Biggs and Wedge go looking for her.
Yeah.
Sort of deal.
Well, especially when Wedge finds Biggs is still alive, and it's like, well, if you were on the tower and you survived, then there's a chance Jesse could have.
So, like, I'm down because Remake does such a good job with those three characters.
More time with the Avalanche boys and girl, I would kill for.
It does such a good job with those three that, like, I'm down to actually do some DLC with just them.
Yeah.
And just see how they play and stuff like that.
I don't mind that.
I'm up for that. But yeah, that's the thing that I want to know about, like what's going on with Biggs and Wedge, and is Jesse alive?
Actually dead? Because like I say, Biggs is is like only a few floors down from where Jesse is, and like. I mean, the problem is like Jesse's death is such an emotional point.
I know.
It's like, are you going to literally ruin that with her being alive?
See, this is the thing. I think they're going to pull a fucking fast one on us. They're going to be like, "Oh, Jesse could be alive. Oh, yeah, off you go find her." No, she's dead.
Yeah, she's actually dead.
It's just going to be like, yeah, you know that heart-wrenching moment? Here's another heart-wrenching moment where Biggs realises that she's actually dead. Yeah. Here you go. It's just like you.
Anyway, there's plenty of heart-wrenching moments for the stuff I've been watching. I've been watching stuff on Twitter. There is especially heart-wrenching stuff that I've seen on that.
I stay away from Twitter.
So. Not Twitter, Twitch.
Twitch. Oh.
Yeah, the D&D stuff I've been watching. Yeah. Pepe hands. Anyway, before we get too emotional.
That's been it today. Some good stuff.
Yeah.
Some good stuff. A decent chat today.
We got sidetracked into theory crafting about Final Fantasy VII, which is what happens every time we talk about the remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake, because we're like, well, what the fuck are they going to do now?
Yeah.
Anyway, hope you've enjoyed it.
Yes, I do hope you've enjoyed this chat. If you have any comments about anything that we've been talking about, obviously, as always, just leave a comment down below. Not a problem, but I mean, let's face it, nobody watches these videos anyway. So I'm just talking into the void. We'll see you in the next chat. Bye now.
Toodles.